Hello and welcome to this week's Saturday evening cocktail. It is Negroni night. We're going to do a Negroni, but we're going to do a few different drinks tonight. Now, what is a Negroni? It is considered to be an aperitif, so it's something you enjoy before your meal, stimulates the appetite. It's really equal parts gin, vermouth, and Campari, garnished however you like over ice. Pretty easy drink to make, but it actually started out, well, actually there's a few different origin stories, but a very popular one is it takes place in the Caffè Cassoni, formerly the Caffè Giancosa on Via di Torboni in beautiful Florence, Italy. Today, that particular street has all kinds of fashion boutiques, high-end jewelry, Gucci, Ferragamo, all that sort of stuff. The cafe where this drink was invented, or said to have been invented, is now known as the Cafe Roberto Cavalli. This origin story goes back to about 1919 at this particular bar, and the drink of the day was the Americano. Now that's essentially vermouth and Campari with a splash of club soda. So we're going to put one of those together right now, so I'm going to grab my vermouth, and this is an Antica vermouth, and I'm going to use an ounce of that. And I am going to use Campari. I've never had this drink before, so I'm pretty curious about it. And again, this is that wonderful bitter. And we top this off with some club soda. And it says just a splash. That looks like it's about a splash. So, fairly easy drink to put together. Give it a little stir to incorporate everything. And it gets garnished with some lemon. And this is an Americano. We'll try the drinks all in a row here. So now Count Camillo Negroni asked the bartender at the time, Fosco Scarcelli, to strengthen his Americano. And as such, I like the way this bartender thought. Instead of the soda water, he added gin. And according to that legend, the Negroni was born. So we're going to put that together now. So I have ice in this shaker. And we're going to use, again, as we said, this is equal parts. So I've got some gin. I'm going to use about 1.5 ounces of that. And my vermouth. Again, this is a Antica vermouth. 1.5 ounces of that, and of course the Campari, about 1.5 ounces of that. And I'm going to add a little bit of orange bitters to this, just a couple of dashes. And this is a stirred cocktail, so we're going to give this a few stirs. Now, the Negroni family started selling this drink pre-made. It became much more popular. Reached popularity stateside in 1947 when legendary drinker, and I think he had stuff to do with the movies, Orson Welles, was working on a film called Black Magic. He was in Rome. Out there, he fell in love with this drink. He noted that the gin is bad for you, but the bitters are good for you, and so it balances out. We pour this over a giant ice cube, and we garnish with a fairly respectable orange peel. Put that right in there, and this is a Negroni. Now, controversy will also state that other descendants of General Pascal Oliver de Negroni invented the drink in Senegal about 60 years earlier. Other people believe that it was invented later in his life, around 1914. But the drink kind of stayed. It got buried among classic cocktails and came back. And there are other variations of it. And I'm actually going to do the Rum Negroni, which is just a little bit different. So I've got another shaker full of ice here. And this makes sense, starts with some rum. And some people use Smith & Cross. I believe when they use that, they call it a Kingston Negroni, very strong Jamaican rum. This has the Campari in it, of course. I'm going to use about 1 ounce of that. And we also need one of my favorites, falernum, to give a little bit more sweetness to this drink. Again, now this is another one I've never had. About 1/4 ounce of that. and this one gets a little less vermouth, about 3/4 ounce of the vermouth. We're gonna put that in here. That's about right. And same thing, we're gonna stir this up. And we are gonna pour over some cubed ice. Still has that same nice color. Now this one we are going to garnish with a little bit of orange peel, and we are going to use a little bit of maraschino cherry as well. Give it one more stir. All right, and there you have it, a rum Negroni. So let's go through the history lesson. It's the Americano. Again, I've never had this one before. Let's see. The Campari definitely takes center stage on that one, but it's mellowed out by the vermouth. Little bubble from the club soda is not, adds a little volume to it. Nice, it's a nice drink. I could see if I were doing whatever I did in 1919, I'd enjoy something like this, but if I needed something stronger, I would step up to the Negroni. That's good. A lot of different things going on. Again, that Campari really hits you. You want to use a good gin, a little bit of botanical in it, and the vermouth really adds something as well. It's a nice drink. And finally, the Rum Negroni. Oh, much sweeter. But again, the Campari comes through. The Falernum does a lot of good work in that. 3 great drinks. Try one, try them all. Have a great weekend. Be safe, everybody. Get your flu shots, wear your masks.